Chapter 2, Part 5, The Landing in North Hudson Park. So, Budd Hopkins was saying that the ETs were doing this as a sort of a consciousness raising for the public to let us know that they're here. And he was saying that this has been successful because there was a Gallup poll about the subject of UFOs, and an increasing number of the population believes that we're under alien surveillance. And the North Hudson Park landing got a lot of attention from the media. And there was television coverage interviewing Frank Gonzalez, the Wamsleys, and George Obarski. And there was an interview on 1976 by a talk show host named Stanley Siegel, and he was interviewing George Obarski, and he asked George if he was drinking and if he had a history of mental illness. And then George was cool, and he just said that he basically said that he had a long life and he wasn't gonna destroy his credibility with such a story. And there was no studio audience, but the camera and the technicians in the studio, they nodded and smiled at George's response. So there was a lot of positivity. And for some reason, George didn't mention that there was other witnesses to his account. So at the time of the North Hudson Park investigation, Ted Blocker and Budd Hopkins didn't know much about alien abductions. And they had problems with George's account when it came to time, because the UFO incident lasted about 4 minutes, and George got home at 3 a.m. and from his shop to the park, it only would take like 20 minutes. And George closed his store at midnight, and he hardly ever works like around 2 a.m. or 2:30 a.m. before going home. So there was some time issues that didn't add up. And Budd Hopkins was suspicious. And George also said that there was some times where he was told by silent figures things, but he could not remember. Then Budd Hopkins suggested that he undergo hypnosis because he might have blocked memories, and that other witnesses of UFOs had undergone hypnosis. But George was against it because he didn't want to be put in that state. So Budd Hopkins came to the conclusion that because of the North Hudson incident, this UFO craft had a lot of freedom of movement. It was very easy for them to move around, and because of this freedom, that could facilitate their ability to abduct humans. And finally, the chapter ends with George saying that he was not a religious man and that he was really old and didn't have a lot of time left, and that if he ever faced God, he will ask God who were those little figures in the park that night.